We're going to take you back to Michelle Rafferty, who's joining us now from the Sydney Opera House. Michelle, well, it looks like you've repositioned yourself to where the rest of Sydney has been watching this spectacular from.
Absolutely, Kumi. As you can see behind me, thousands and thousands of people have lined the foreshore here outside of the Sydney Opera House. All really enthused about. We've just seen the helicopters fly over. We've just seen part of the review pass through. And as you see, these people have got the primo spot down here in a really festive atmosphere. One of them is Piers. Piers, how did you think today went with the helicopters? How did that feel to see that?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was very good. Yeah, it was a great flying display, and haven't seen so many choppers in one place in my life.
So yeah, as you can see, Kumi, just a real sense of occasion. There really is nobody, it's not that frustration that although there's so many people down here, people are really in that festive spirit and really happy to be here and looking at the spectacle, and there's not that you know, frustration that you'd usually get on an average day in Sydney trying to get around the city.
Michelle, we've just seen that the official organisers have said that that vantage point at the Opera House is now full. Are people expecting to stay there throughout the afternoon and into the evening to watch the fireworks, or are they kind of there particularly to see the ships and then change out? What are people planning to do?
The people are planning. There seems to be people have settled in here, even though they are quite packed in. People have settled in here for the whole event. There's not many chairs, but they're all standing up. But they all seem pretty happy to be stationed here. Some of them have been here since quite early in the morning to get this prime spot, so they want to take as much advantage of everything they can see today. The weather is starting to heat up a little. We've had one lady that has fainted here down the foreshore steps, unfortunately, but we do have first aid down here as well, so there is that sense of, you know, we've got to manage that with the crowds and the heat, but on overall everyone's pretty happy and it's a pretty festive occasion.
Michelle, I'm not sure if you can see over that crowd and across the harbour, because I know directly opposite you where the international passenger terminal is, and I guess if you're looking over towards the Museum of Contemporary Art, for people who do know that harbour, that is around where Prince Harry will go and meet people in about 3 hours' time, I believe, when he disembarks from the HMAS Lewin. I guess over that side of the harbour too, it's incredibly packed and people trying to line up there for a glimpse of the Prince.
Absolutely, Kumi. It's not just there that they're lined up. I mean, underneath the harbour bridge there, where you're talking about the overseas passenger terminal, is completely full, packed with people. But it's also across the harbour as well. Kirribilli, all the parklands at Kirribilli underneath the bridge, they're also packed. Behind me in the major park where around to Mrs Macquarie's chair is, that's also packed as well. So I think that, yeah, there are people that are, there seems to be a lot of people over there. Possibly it's also not just about Harry, it's also about getting a prime spot to really see. You can see from there down to where HMAS Lewin is stationed and where all the boats are passing by as part of the review. So I guess that is a good spot to actually see it in action.
Right, Michelle Rafferty reporting from the outside of the Sydney Opera House, where thousands of people have gathered to watch the International Fleet Review.